Now let's continue with the UVs. Let's start with the easier parts, with the duct tape ones. So we wanna do a planar mapping. You can do this with my menu, with my marking menu, just a planar mapping from the top. Then we wanna choose the edges where we wanna cut. So we wanna cut the bottom here, I guess. So let's make it hard. Let's make those edges hard. And we also wanna cut somewhere down here, on the either on the bottom, or we're gonna cut here, wherever you want. I would say let's add the cut back here. So we wanna cut this. Now I wanna open the UV editor. We wanna unfold those guys, and we wanna make them straight. So the easiest way to do this is we're gonna select those guys, make them straight into one side with my menu here. Align right, align left. We wanna select the center ones. We wanna use unfold. Then we wanna use unfold along V. So it just stretches in top to bottom, and we have the sides nice and straight. We want to do the same here. So we want to again select the edges here, the UV points here, make them align to the left. Select those guys, align them to the right. Select everything in between, unfold, and we want to use unfold along V again. Now if we scale it down, another thing we can do is make the tops and bottoms straight. So like this, align it up, then choose everything in between again and do a unfold V. Same here. Now the opposite, choose everything inside it, but not the right and left edge, and do unfold U, and the same here, unfold U. So that's that. Next one, again we want to choose the hard edges. In this case we want to add a hard edge here in the center, here in this guy, and we want to cut this one open. So let's cut it, let's unfold it, let's combine this guy and this guy. Should be closed meshes like this. So let's unfold them, and they should be golden like this. Great. We just want to align them on one side. So we want to select two UV points and say orange shell to edge. So at least one edge is perfectly straight. Same here. And here we want to do the exact same as we did before. We want to select one side, align it to the left, align it to the right, select both of them, select the rest, unfold, unfold, select everything, unfold V, select the whole top, align it to the top, bottom, align it to the bottom, select everything inside and do unfold V, select everything but the outside edges on left and right, and say unfold along U. Okay, cool. So as you can see, this looks very unstretched and nice. So those guys should be fine already. So we can hide those for now. Now to the bigger thing, to the knife itself. How I always start, in fact, let me open this in here, so it's easier to see. We want to open the UV editor in here. So how I always do it is I do a planar mapping as we did already. I want to select all the hard edges, and I want to do a cut UV on all hard edges. Then I want to unfold everything and lay out everything so I have a basis. Now I want to go piece by piece and work from there. So I know that those guys at the end should be one shell. So I want to select all of them, go to contain edges and say move and so. So this should be one shell. Same for the bottom. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy should be one shell. Here we have what it looks like more edges. It got this one with me as well. We can keep this one. Yeah, that should be fine. So now I just want to look at shells, what shells we want to have at the end. Just for the front part now. But I think that's fine. Okay, combine this as well. So to make those UV faces now nice and straight, I want to select this one. And for this one, I want to do a Y projection because I know it should be rather flat from top. Again, we're going to use unfold along U to make it unstretched. And we want to move those guys apart a bit because we need some space between. So we're going to select this and just move it back ever so slightly. We want to select the back here, just unfold it a bit so it doesn't intersect, but it still does. So let's take a look how the 3D mesh looks like and see if there's something we can do. I guess the easiest here is to just combine those two guys, to be honest. I think that's good enough. Okay, so let's just combine those. Let's unfold the back here. Looks nice. Let's make those guys nice and flat to the bottom. Let's make those guys nice and flat. And then let's just unfold those guys again. Cool. Same for this guy. So we want to start with an projection from the y-axis. And we want to move this one slightly back. And that's it for those two shells already. Now let's continue. What else do we have here? What's this big part here? Okay, this is that one. So what we can see already is we can just cut it open in the center here. So let's add a cut here. And we can actually just combine those guys as they don't need to be separate. We can add a cut here. So just the link is one piece. And now all we need is one more edge to cut it open. So we could choose this one as it is covered by the next link. Yeah, and just do it like this. Again, what we did before, we want to make this nice and straight. So let's select this border edge first. Then this border edge, everything in between, unfold. Select all of it again, unfold along V, and this one is done. Nice. While we're here, we can just do this one as well. So we want to start off with a planar mapping again. We want to add a cut here and a cut here. Let's unfold it. Oh, it looks like this ring. Oh, we need to merge it first. Looks like it wasn't merged, so let's merge it. Yep, let's merge it. Let's add the cut here as well. Combine it. And again, let's make the sides straight. Let's select everything in between, unfold, and then all of it, unfold V. Okay, so this guy is done as well. And this back piece is done. Now let's take a look at this guy. So this and this should be one UV shell, I guess. Not that guy. So we can just again do a Y, and as it's super, like from top it should be just a projection, we can just leave it like this. We just need to flip it as it was flipped in the wrong direction. The same here basically. Let's just see, yeah, same here basically. Again, should be it. Okay, what else do we have here? What's that guy? Oh yeah, this is one of those guys. So this should be all one piece anyway. So let's combine all of those. Let's unfold it. Let's rotate it. Here we can just try to make the outer ones straight again, like before. Same here. Make it nice and straight. Let's unfold the inside again. Let's do an unfold along V. That's it. Let's do the same for those guys. So all of this should be one shell. Let's unfold it, rotate it a bit, fix up the borders so they're nice and straight. Unfold the rest. Select everything again and unfold on V. Nice. Oh, this one should be connected, so let's see. This one should be one from the top, and we just need to flip it. So that one is done. What's here? Okay, this is one of the welding pieces, so we want to add a cut here. Combine those guys, let's see. And we just want to maybe add a cut here. And I guess add a cut here. So this welding piece, if we unfold this, can be one piece. Let's see. I should combine those guys, I think. As you can see, I'm still changing stuff on the low poly. As nothing is final yet, you know? Every time you see something, you can go in and change it. I think we should like maybe cut this one here. Yeah, this would be a wise idea, I think. Already combined. Let's leave it combined and let's see if we can make those guys a little more straight. See if we can make those guys straight. If we can rotate this up a bit. or if we want to combine this one to this one, for example. If we just want to cut it off completely on top here. Yeah, let's try this as well, how this one would look. So if we take those guys from the top and then just go in and unfold this back pieces, basically, how this would look. Yeah, this would actually work great. So let's do this. Yeah, let's keep it like this. That means this guy we could just add to either this one. Yeah, this would actually not be a bad idea. Let's add it to this one. So that means it's that edge here. So we can just select this edge, merge it, select those guys and unfold it, and let's see what it gives us. So let's do unfold V and unfold U as well on these guys. Let's make those guys straight again. Let's make those two guys straight. And now let's select everything but those guys here. And let's do an unfold. And see where it leads us. So we want to have this one straight down. Exactly. So not those guys, but those guys we want to select and unfold it. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, let's continue. So what's that? One of these guys. So we can just keep that one and combine it with those two, I would say. So let's see how this one would look. Would actually look good, I would say. So let's do it like this. Same for those guys. Let's combine them. Let's see if we forgot something. No. And let's unfold those guys as well. Yeah, would also look good. Cool. What's that guy, for example? Oh, this should be just a straight line, to be honest. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm just going piece by piece. I'm looking where it makes sense to add a cut, because we want to keep the cuts minimal, I would say. But when there is like a 90-degree angle or more, we have to basically add a cut. So that's what I'm doing right now. And always when I have the possibility to make something straight, you should make something straight. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Let's add those guys to this one, for example. Oh, here you can see. We should combine this, or we should just merge this one. But those guys we can just combine, for example. So let's combine them. Let's see. Let's unfold them. Yeah, exactly. This will work great. Oh. Let's make those guys straight. Select the center again and unfold it. Okay, cool. Let's see. This guy itself will need some cuts, of course. I guess the best way to cut it is around this edge here, or this edge here. Let's try. Let's see what happens if we cut it like this. So I would say we're gonna add a cut around here, around the weld. Cut. So we can unfold this guy, and this guy we just wanna cut it open somewhere, and we wanna unfold it. Yeah. Here again we wanna make at least one edge straight. So let's take this edge. Let's select the rest, unfold it. With those guys, of course, unfold it along V. Select it again and do another unfold along U again. Yeah, and that's it. Let's take a look at the other screw. So we have this piece where we really want to cut this one off and add a cut somewhere, like here, for example. Exactly. Again, we want to make those guys straight. We can use, if you use my menu, you can use straighten both. It will make everything straight here. Let's clear the history as Maya is getting a little slow right now. Okay. Again, on this guy, we want to basically have this guy as a separate shell again. Okay. So we want to unfold that one. We want to select this one and add a cut. For example, here. We want to again unfold this. Here we don't have an edge line, a complete one that we can make straight, but we can make those guys straight. This. Or we just add the weldings to this one as well. Like this. Yeah, This one would, yeah, this would work as well. So all we don't want to touch is the straight line again. U. Along U. Done. Nice. Those guys we want to combine. And again, we can make it straight like always. Let's make it straight. Let's make those guys straight. Let's unfold the in ones and let's say along U. Same here. Straight. And the main reason we make everything straight, by the way, is it will be easier to find space on the UV map. And therefore our UV map will be way better. And also if we, I mean, in this case, we will not add details to just one part or whatever. But if we want to add details, this makes it way easier for us to add details. Okay. Let's see what this one is. Yeah. This one can combine with this one at least. And there are some meshes where we can't make things straight, but that's fine as well. Here we want to combine the inside ones here. Oh, this one we want to combine as well, by the way, with this guy. Yeah. And here we want to combine those guys. Yeah, those guys we want to combine. And again, we want to make stuff straight. So we want to select this edge here, make it straight, and use along V again. Yeah, and call this one done. We want to do the same here. Combine it. Unfold it. Again, let's make this one straight. And along V, straight, nice. Same on the other side, so we have those guys here again. Okay. Unfold this one, and let's see. So we want to make this top one straight again. Oop. We want to make the bottom one straight again. We want to select everything in between. Unfold along U, and done. So was this? Oh, this one was done as well. Great. So only those shells are missing. Big one is this one, which should be just a straight line anyway. Move this one. So this one is fine like this. We just want to make sure it's like perfectly straight, like this. Nice. Here we want to make sure to combine all of those edges. And again, make it perfectly straight. This guy must be the second. Yeah, exactly. Again, we can keep it like this. We just again want to make it straight. At least the top and the bottom we want to make straight. Exactly. Okay, cool. Okay, what are we missing? Okay, this one is that part here. So those guys should be fine. We just want to again align at least one edge so it's straight. Now we have a bunch of weldings here. So this we can combine with this one. Yeah, looks like there's an issue here. So let's see what's going on. Okay, looks like those two are not welded. So let's select those and merge them to the center. Select this edge, move and sew it. Let's soften this edge. Let's check. Yeah, this looks good now. Again, let's try, see if we can combine it first with something, but I think it's fine like this. Now let's try to make one edge straight again. So I would go for this one, for example. Let's make it straight. Unwrap along V. Could also make this one straight, sorry. Now let's select both of them, select the rest, unfold. Exactly. Okay. What else do we have left? Like one single one here. Yeah, this one will need to stay separate because we have two 90-degree angles, and I really don't want to go over 90 degree when I combine stuff because it can cause, or it will, let's say it like this, it will stretch the bend the shading a lot, and bend shading is harder for the normal map to fix. So we want to separate it when there's a 90-degree angle, basically. So let's continue with this guy. Let's see what this guy is. Yeah, that's that. That's fine again. Here we have a separate trace. Yeah, this one should be combined. Let's see, I would say to this guys with this guy. So let's see how this looks now. Yeah, let's select all of this. Let's unfold it. Let's make sure this is all nice and straight still. Select the rest, unfold it. Okay. What else? Let's see, we have a big one here. We can again combine with the top one here. Let's unfold it. Let's see. Can try to make the inner one straight here. Okay, that's that. We have this one. Again, another welding. Again with a cut here. Let's see if there's an error because we would like, yeah, we can just combine it. Great. Let's also make this one nice and triangular. Let's unfold it. Great. Rotate it a bit. Okay. Yeah, this one can stay like this. Let's see if we can, if we unfold it, if we can do something to it. For example, we could try to make this one straight and this one, for example. This one might be a bit much, maybe to here. Select the rest, unfold it, select those guys, unfold along U, select those guys, unfold along V. Okay. Then we have a bunch of those small ones. Yeah, we can combine those, I would say, and just cut one of them. Oop, not cut all of them. Cut one of them and combine the rest. Nice. Let's make it nice and straight as well. We have another big one here. Okay, that's another weld. Thinking about attaching it to one of those guys. Or to this guy. Or to that guy. Let's see how it would look like if we would attach those two guys to this one. If that would work at all. Let's see if we unfold this. Looks like it would work, to be honest. What we could also do is cut it here and cut it up here or something, and then do the same for the bottom here. Oh, this is not cut. Yeah, it is cut. Okay, and combine those as well. See how it would look if we unfold those guys now. Oh, no. Also, that would work. All we want to take a look at is that those guys have enough spacing in between, so there's no issue with the bleeding afterwards. Okay, same here. Some extra spacing. Unfold the rest. And let's take a look here as well. Yeah, this one needs to move a bit. Select the rest, unfold. This one is fine. Okay. Then let's see what else we have. Not much more left. So we have one straight one. This is fine like this. We just want to align it and move it. We have this guy. This is just this one. Which we could as attach to this one. I said no 90-degree angles, but I think this one should be fine. Yeah, let's try this one. It should be fine. Normally, if you want to be on the safe side, just cut it here. But I think in this case, especially because those distances are the same, it should be fine if we combine them. Here we have one single try, but we want to attach both of those to this face. Nice. We have another single piece here. Yeah. We could just assign it to these guys. Yeah, and just combine it because we really don't want to have those single face shells. Same here, we can just combine those guys as it is not really an issue. We just need to make sure to unfold it afterwards so they're all the same size. This guy, those guys, exactly. Okay, cool. What else is left? Some small shells again. This one, let's see if we combine it here. Yeah, this will break too much of the shading if you see this now. Looks way better like this, so I wouldn't want to combine it with this one. In that case, we might actually just leave it like this. Yeah. Might be the best if we just leave it like this. Or another thing that we could do, but this would introduce more polygons, is add a supporter like this maybe. That would help this shading. Oop, like this maybe, and then we could combine it. But in this case, I would say let's just leave it as a separate shell. Same for this guy. All I want to do is make the bottom one straight. Yeah, that's it basically. Okay, two more long triangles. Let's see where they are. Ah, it's those guys. Okay, yeah. They will need to be separate, yeah. All we want to do is now make sure that those guys are nice and straight. Okay, now if you use my layout that's in my menu, or it will lay out everything to the same size. So I always press it a couple of times to see if something strange happens, like one shell gets super huge or whatever, because that would cause an issue. You can also just use the legacy layout here, because it's just faster. But as soon as we know, okay, all pieces have the same size, what we can do is do our final layout. I suggest using 512 as the resolution. We don't need to use the pre-scaling because it's all the same size right now. So we can just tick this off. We're gonna allow him to translate the shells and rotate them. We don't want to rotate them randomly. We want to rotate them in 90-degree steps because we made some edges straight. And as a texture map, it doesn't matter. It's just important that the shell padding and the shell tiling is relative to this size. So if we say it's a 4K map, we use 32 shell padding 16. If we say it's 2K map, we use 16 and 8. 1K is 8 and 4, and so on. So it doesn't really matter what you use as long as the relativity as long as they're relative to each other. Okay, then let's give this one a try. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, now let's unhide the whole low poly. Let's select it all. Again, let's use the layout so they're all the same size. And now let's do our final layout with exactly those settings. Okay. We can also, if we're not super happy, we can also pump up the iterations, like 5. And now I will do 5 iterations and keeps the tightest one. So let's see what it comes up with. Not too bad, but what we can see is that there's a lot of space up here. So what I normally do is I select it all, snap the pivot to the side and scale it up. At least like this, because as you can see, it just moves those shells to the side. So we can just take those and move them up here, not this one. And then I will just do some manual editing on the layout until I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna move those shells up here. Again, we want to keep the spacing in mind, so we don't want to do super close. We want to, yeah, keep the 8 pixel padding in mind. So normally I just do is like I look at it, and if it looks way closer than what's everywhere else, then it's too tight. So it's not rocket science. So there's some leeway. Okay, let's move this one in here. Let's rotate it like this again, how it was. Oop. Let's see, yeah, we should be able to find some space. We can also, in this stage, scale things that are not as important as those two guys. Are the inside edges here, are the inside faces, and they are not very important, so we can actually scale them down. if we need space, and take other pieces that are more important, like let's say the screw in this case, like I want this screw big, you can take this screw and scale it up. So that's something we can always do in this stage. Oop. Exactly. If you are happy with the general layout, I always do another pass where I go in and scale small shells up, as I don't want to have errors with them in the baking, so just gonna scale them up. And also we don't want to waste UV space. If we have some UV space, we might as well use it. So we're just gonna scale up those small shells. Stick to those guys. We're gonna move them where there's space, like one in here, one in here. Then we're gonna just scale them up so the UV space is nicely used. This guy, yeah, we need to keep him down here. I guess there's no other space. What if we shift some things around? What if we move this one up here, for example? Take those guys and move them down. Would this give us a better spacing here? Let's see. We also want to keep the spacing from the edge here. Yeah, this would give us more space for this guy, so we could scale this guy up a bit. Could also take this guy now, move it here, for example, scale it up a bit. This guy, what if we rotate him? No, not really. Let's see. Yeah, let's leave it like this. Yeah, but generally I would say this one we can scale up. This one is a bit too big, so let's move him down so it's inside the UV shell. Generally, I would say it's good like this. Let's see, can we get more space for that guy? We need to move this guy somewhere else. Maybe down here. Yep, fits like a glove. Great. Okay. Minor improvements here. Okay, looks good. So let's keep the UV out like this. The UV layout like this. And in the next video, before we jump to the next video, let's also fix the hard and soft edges. So what we want to have is all soft basically, and hard edges on the borders. So if we take a look at our tool set, what we can do is use select by type texture borders. And what we want is a hard edge on the texture borders. But we also want to keep in mind that our low poly should shade as closely as possible to the high poly. So we can of course make this edge hard, but this would make our low poly shade less like the high poly because the high poly is very smooth. So in this case, we want to have it soft. Okay, let's do the same here. So we're gonna select the texture borders. Texture borders, okay. And we want to make them hard. Now what we want to do is see if, yeah, things like this we want to make soft again. So this whole thing, so I'm just going to select the whole mesh. I'm going to select the edge parameter and make, no, I want to select the contained edges and want to make all of them soft. So this doesn't happen. Let's see if we have other spaces like this. This should be here as well. Let's see. This whole thing should be soft, except those guys here. And now that I see it, it looks like we have an intersection here, which we should fix up as well before we go to the baking. But the soft and hard edges look fine. None of the shading is super broken, and the normal map should be able to handle all of this, to be honest. So that's good. let's add one more edge here. Yeah. So what we want to do is take a look at the high poly again and see which, this mesh should be moved to get this fixed. So we want to show the high poly again. So we want to move it out here a bit to fix this. To do that, what I would just suggest in this case is slide this edge up a bit. Let's see the high poly while we do this. Select this edge and just move it out a bit, like this. That should be enough. Let's check again. Yeah, should be enough. Okay. Okay, that's about it though. So that's our finished UV layout. And in the next video, we're gonna create the baking groups and we're gonna bake our mesh.